All right, welcome back, guys. I had to take a little break. It was getting a little cray-cray. So now we are going to jump into the nitty-gritty. We're going to jump into what inspired me to start this because I just looked at these pools and I know they're tentative and I know it's just pool assignments, but I thought this shit was wild. So I felt like we needed to talk about this, which is the CEO 2019 pool assignments. If you don't know, CEO is a master level event for the Tekken World Tour. So we see a lot of entrants. We got pools all the way up to G, and they'll go all through Saturday. So they start on Friday and they end on Saturday, early Saturday. So, Nick, shall we talk about this?
Oh, I'm looking at some of these and I'm like, oh,
Shall we talk about these pools?
yes. Let's talk
Now,
about,
I just feel like the longer the Tekken World Tour goes on, the crazier that these master event pools and challenger event pools are going to look. So, you know,
I mean,
whatever.
I totally agree because the thing is like, okay, so the more points that are like slowly dwindling away,
Yeah,
the more people are gonna want to join into these events.
yeah.
So that top level, that like ceiling of top level play is just going
Mhm.
to keep getting pushed higher and higher and
Right,
higher
right. Yep.
until eventually the technical tour ends. But Jesus, CEO is
So
looking nuts right
it's
now.
looking crazy, and I wish I could go. But two things I couldn't get out of work, and it's also NYC Pride, which is World Pride. So, all much as I would love to go to CEO and fight for my way to get that top 8 entrance, I'm gonna most likely be partying with the gays, in lots of body glitter, in a club somewhere in New York City.
Hey,
So,
listen,
good luck to everyone that goes to
priorities.
CEO. I will be watching as much as I possibly can, for the weekend. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I basically will just list the names I've noticed in each pool, and then give my predictions on the top. I believe top 3 are making out. I don't foresee why top 2. I think the top 3 in every pool is going to make it out. If it's top 3, and then name top 3. If it's top 2, just please correct me, and
I
tell me
mean,
I'm
there's a lot of people in these pools. I think it's a top three.
yeah, if it's top 2, tell me I'm an idiot and correct me. Please, thank you. But as far as I see, it should be top 3. So, starting with A1, we have Big Dame.
Mm-hmm.
I see Kazama Sky. I see He Tried to Be Slick, Legendary H. That is Brian H. We have Low High, Evo Champion. We have RZA from Florida, King player, very strong King player. Soft and Wet from Maryland, very strong Geese Noctis player. That's who I see in that pool. My
Wow.
predictions for that pool, I think I'm gonna definitely give it to Low High,
Agreed.
for making out a winner side. And I think our two losers are gonna be RZA and Soft and Wet.
Yeah, no complaints. I agree.
Unless RZA and Soft and Wet run into each other somehow, some way in losers bracket, but I think that's what it's gonna be.
You think they'll? I think they'll get. You think they'll get seeded?
You
Like,
never know.
yeah, I agree.
You never know. Um, so that's my predictions for that pool. What do you think?
Uh Honestly, I agree with that. Lohai is definitely gonna get out in winners for sure, unless by some crazy upset. But he's looking hella solid recently.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in this pool, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's anyone in this pool that has the ability to put him into losers.
I mean, soft and wet is good, and Riz is also very good, but I don't think they're at that echelon
Right?
yet.
Yeah, they're both very strong players, but also very new players. They're both new. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think they have. Like, I'm not saying they're bad players. It's just they just not that to that level that it's going to take for them to beat low high. Is I just don't think they haven't reached it just yet.
I mean, I don't think any one of us is at that level yet,
Right.
but
Right. Definitely.
he's again, Lohai is the Evo champion, the
Right.
reigning Evo champion.
Right.
and
Right.
he might. Who knows? He might even make it too. So it's you never know with this Tekken World Tour,
Right.
and he's riding high right now. So
Right.
he's definitely getting out of that pool in winners. And I
Right.
do believe RZA and Soft and Wet will make it out, unless by some miracle upset that they'll
Brian
make it
H will come
into.
along and death fist everybody into hell.
Yeah, agreed.
So that's A1. A2, I see JDCR, of course. Scoop Doo. I see Tekken Master.
Master.
I see Unexcited. I see Vega, and I see Young Sidewalker. I think my top three for that pool will definitely have to be JDCR in winners. And I think in losers, I think. Whew, okay.
This is wow, man. We're already in 2, and we're already like, whoa.
I think I give it to Tekken Master. I think that Geese is going to be a little too hard, a little too much for everyone else in this pool, and I give it to Young Skywalker.
I want to give it to the boy Unexcited. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
It honestly decides what his path looks like to winners finals.
It's true. I mean, listen, he beat Panchon.
Yeah.
He did beat Panchon, but
if he avoids Young Skywalker and Tekken Master, if for whatever reason they're both on the same side, and him and Scoop the Whoop are on the same side, I would give it to Kenny.
I agree. JDCR is most definitely making it out of pools and winners side.
Yeah.
I want to say Tekken Master might be the only one that could stand up to him. Maybe not. That might pose a threat to JDCR.
So I think, what my honest opinion, I think if Young Skywalker ran into Tekken Master before winners finals or before loser semis, I think Young Skywalker can beat Tekken Master, only because Tekken Master plays Geese. He doesn't play often. I don't know how much focus he has on Mortal Kombat. And Young Skywalker has that playstyle. If you don't fight him, you don't play him, you're gonna be in for a wild ride. So I think if they fought, I think Young Skywalker is gonna catch him off guard, Tekken Master that is, and I think he's gonna take it over Tekken Master.
Okay. Damn, this is a really hard pull. But honestly, I do see Tekken Master pulling it out some way, shape, or form. And then Young Skywalker would probably make it out as well in losers. But again, JDCR is always that big threat.
Yes. All right. Moving on. We have A3. First name I see is Book, of course.
Ugh.
And I'm going to call this the Oscar pool. There are 3 Oscars in this pool. We have Max Ninja, who I believe will be running Oscar. We have King Ray. Oh, 2 Oscars. Sorry. I thought that was Junior.
No, not Junior. That's the daddy.
Yes, that's the dad. So we have Max Ninja, who will be running Oscar. King Ray, who will be running King. Lud. So we see Lud there, Oscar.
Oof.
Reflex, Law. So I'll call the Oscar Law pool. Reflex running Law. Rip running Law. And that's what I see. My top 3 for this pool, I would have to say Book.
Book and winners.
I have Book and winners.
Agreed. He still runs Jin, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah, nah, I don't think anyone is prepared for that. Parry, for his crazy offensive parries.
So Lud, I think, has the capability of beating Reflex. Do I think he could beat Rip? I don't think he's ready for that type of Law play.
Rip is a crazy ass Law player.
Yes, I don't think he's ready for that type of Law play. Reflex is a bit more conservative, a bit more not refined, but he doesn't just throw it down 2 threes. So I think Lud can contain Reflex. I don't think he can contain Rip. With that being said, it all depends on the pool placement, but I want to give it to Book in winners, and I want to give it to Rip and Lud in losers.
I think Book would be the obvious choice for winners. That Jin, that offensive Jin play with the parry combo is just too good. Just too
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Lud, Lud's been working. I definitely see him placing higher.
He has the ability.
Yeah, he definitely does have the ability, and I'm not like counting him out because he most certainly delivers when he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So I definitely see him getting out. Rip is just, Rip is just crazy. So I think he'd probably make it out. Other than that, maybe because King Ray's son made it out of pools, might push him a little bit to get better, but who knows? Other than that, I think that might be about it. I would say the same for that pool specifically. I would say Book, Rip, and Lud making it out.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. B1. I see Ace Unlimited. This is a crazy pool as well.
Oh
I
my
see
god.
Saint. I see Mizu Pixels. I see Prophet. And I see Quailman. I want to give it okay. Okay.
Ah.
So I'm gonna go left field on this one. And I'm gonna say Ace
God.
in winners. And I'm gonna say Saint and Prophet in losers.
I need to hear it. What makes you pull this card?
I think the unorthodox Jin play from Ace is gonna throw Saint off guard. Second, Saint has not been performing as well as he was last year. So
That's true.
I think it's gonna catch him off guard. He's not gonna be ready for it. Ace is gonna be completely ready for Saint. If they run into each other. I think Ace can beat Saint. I wholeheartedly think Ace can beat Saint. He's who did he beat at Combo Breaker last year? I know he beat a Korean, and it was off stream, and we didn't watch it, and no one noticed it.
Ace Unlimited?
Yes, he beat a Korean last year, and no one noticed it. See,
I
no one knew.
be able to tell you. Yeah.
There you go. And that just goes to show he's always been that player that if you sleep on him, he's gonna jump back forward for you. That's what he's gonna do on you. I think I have him over Saint. I'm gonna go for it. I have him over Saint.
You're gonna. I mean, see, Saint. He hasn't been performing as well as he has, but I think I saw him say on Twitter that he really wants to try better because he just recently got picked up by GG.
Yes.
So yeah. I think that might, again, listen, sponsor buff is a very big thing.
Yes, it sure is. I know that firsthand.
I want to say that Saint gets the buff.
Okay.
And he makes it out of winners. I'm not saying that Ace Unlimited will definitely make it out of losers. For sure.
If not winners, yeah.
If not winners. If Saint makes it out. And then other than that, I think that who was the other one that you mentioned?
Prophet.
Losers? Oh yeah, Prophet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prophet's definitely.
I don't foresee anyone else aside from Saint and Ace. So Quailman has to be on his, which he's gotten better. Which that's Witch Doctor's Quailman, by the way.
Okay.
He's gotten a lot better. He's definitely shown a lot of improvement. I just don't think he's at that level yet to beat Prophet.
Right. Yeah, Prophet is definitely he's been showing up a lot more than recently.
And he's been working. He's been working hard.
You could tell he's been working for sure. So I think I'm gonna go with the buffed up Saint, Ace Unlimited, and Prophet Noah. Hey man, listen, you gotta give it up to that buff. That buff is a factor.
All right, I'm ready to get this next pool. Let's talk about this next pool.
I know
So,
why.
first off, we have Cuddlecore.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Fabo. Next up, we have Hybrid J. Next up, we have Ice Cold Edge, Matt Palka. I'm gonna call it by his real name, Peeling, and Whiskey Jack. So,
God, this is a pool.
So, I think I have Cuddlecore in winners. I do foresee a link mirror, so I do have Peeling in losers, and I want to say Fabo. No, I don't want to say Fabo because Matt has the experience from Brian H, the Paul experience.
Mm-hmm.
Does Fabo have that Bob experience? So I don't know who Fabo plays in Atlanta, or if he's in Atlanta. I know it says GA. But does he have that Bob experience? So, and that really depends how often Matt plays. So Matt's that kind of player who he was an up-and-coming prodigy. He a very young player when he started. I think he was 14 when he started playing.
Wow.
He started to get really strong. The New Jersey scene was strong. And he started becoming a very strong player. He stopped playing. He gained a little muscle. He became a little daddy. And he plays here and there. Last time he played, he pisses me off because Bob pisses me the F off. So, but I want to say, I do think Ice Cold Edge might waver before he hits any of the other players, but I do want to. Honestly, it all depends on the placement of the pool in this one, definitely for sure. But I definitely want to give it to Cuddle in winners, unless Peeling can pull it out and beat Cuddle, which he can. But if not, I dare say Cuddle winners, Peeling in losers, and Matt Palka in losers with them.
Now, well, the other thing is too is just like there is a Japanese player in the pool.
I did not see that.
Aha! Yes. See, there is a Japanese player in. I don't know this player either. However, you always have to be careful with these international, with the overseas players. I guess I would say, because they come to win. They come to play. It's not like they're not gonna spend all that money to go 0-2. They come to play.
Right.
So you will always have to be careful. But I definitely see Cuddlecore coming out in winners. She has been on a tear.
Yes.
This whole season.
Right.
Since not even like way before Combo Breaker. But
right.
Like she has just been on a straight tear, and I think she's just has so much momentum that she could easily make it out into winner's side without a problem.
Right.
If she does run into Peeling, that's unfortunate because I know those two get along, I believe.
Well, if they run into each other, I'm sure it's going to be in winners finals.
It would be.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be opposite side of the bracket. I think Cuddle is going to, I think she's going to go to Elisa against him. And I think Peeling might go delay. So.
Maybe. That would be an interesting match to watch.
Right.
But again, I think Cuddlecore is gonna make it out in winners. Peeling definitely in losers. Again, the Japanese player, you can never sleep on them.
Yeah.
Never sleep on them.
You gonna put him into losers?
I don't know if I'm going to put him into losers. I don't know him, so I can't really be like, well, of course he's going to make it into losers.
Right.
But I would keep him as like a dark horse for this one.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, I think between the other two that you mentioned, between Ice Cold Edge and Pat, between whichever one knows that matchup better.
Right.
It would really turn into that one. Other than that, again, Japanese players, you can never sleep on them.
Right. All right. Let's move on to C1. First name up, Anakin.
Instant
for Anakin. Then we have Jaime. We have Hayato. We have Snow. I don't know if that's the same Snow from the Anna player Snow. If someone could let me know. Jody. Tekken Tim, Tunk, and True. So for this pool, I have obviously Anakin making it out of the winners. I don't think there's anybody in this pool that can contest him, can stop him from getting out of the winners.
Nah. Definitely not after that combo breaker. Breaker run. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I have Jody getting out in losers, and I have Tekken Tim getting out in losers. Tekken Tim has a very strong Steve. And Geese. I don't think anyone in this pool is ready for that. Unless Snow or Jaime can pull out something amazing. And I think Jody is going to bring that lead heat. So.
Hayato, is that the same Hayato? Is that the Hayato that I'm thinking of that also plays Tekken, or is that a? I thought he also played. I thought he was also like a decent.
Plays something else. Yeah, he plays something else. So
he plays. Yeah, he does play something else. That's right. That's why I'm remembering him from something.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly how well in Tekken he is. I haven't seen him really make anything, but I have seen him place high in other games. But who never knows. But again, Anakin is certainly getting out of this.
And I don't want to sleep on True either.
No.
I believe True is a Shaheen player. So I definitely I don't want to count him out either. Tunk is an Eddie player. Tunk has done okay. Snow.
How is he placed?
I haven't seen too much from him, to be honest.
Okay.
So I can't really say. I don't think this is the same Snow. Because the Snow Anna player I'm thinking about is from the Midwest, I believe. This one is from Florida. If it is, he could be a threat as well. Jaime is a Mishima player, I believe, from the Midwest. He may do well. So, but I do have Anakin, Jody, and I have Tekken Tim.
Yeah, nothing really to say about this one besides the usual names that make it out of pools. Anakin, especially Jody the Great, especially. Tekken Tim I'm not too familiar on, but I trust your judgment on that one.
I watch Wednesday Night Fights all the time.
And he's there?
Performs very well at a consistent level, a consistent basis, so.
Does he not go out to tournaments as much as like major
tournaments? He doesn't travel like outside the West Coast, so.
So that's why I haven't heard too much.
So.
But if he makes it to Wednesday Night Fights and he does extremely well there, then he's definitely a good player, because that is some pretty good ass Tekken. Right?
All right, let's move on, shall we? Next up, we have C2. In C2, I see Chanel.
I already see a few names in this one.
I see Mystic Bill. I see Womi. I see Poke Chop. And I see the, I'll never make that mistake again, the Exalted. Okay, so I'm based. I don't think Chanel is going to bring out Julia in this pool. I think if he runs into Poke Chop, which I think is going to be his biggest issue, I think he's going to bring out Elisa or Eliza.
You don't think he'll pull out Julia for the first time?
I think Josie's going to eat up Julia.
I feel like Chanel.
But
Chanel is a very weird person. I'm not saying that like in a bad way.
Yeah.
He definitely likes to throw out characters in an odd fashion. He will definitely. I feel like he's gonna throw out Julia. First round, and then switch to one of his other characters, depending on how bad he does, or how on how bad he loses, or however else. I think because again, Chanel has really been trying hard to win with Julia. So I feel like he's just like against Poke Chop. I feel like he's going to play Julia in order to see how much or how little she works against him.
Right. So if I see that match, Poke Chop against Chanel, Poke Chop does like to run to the crouch dash 4.
Hmm.
Um, I think if once Chanel has a read on that, Hopkick is going to come out.
I agree.
So it all depends on the adaptation in this match. I do think Pochop has the ability to be Chanel.
Okay.
But with that being said, my three will be Chanel and winners,
Okay.
Pochop and losers, and I think Exalted and losers. I think
Ah.
I think with Wami, Mystic Bill, I think the lay is going to overwhelm them.
Okay.
But they both have the potential. But I do think it might take a little bit more time for them to adapt in that matchup, especially with the way Dave plays his lay. So
Yeah, I agree. The Exalted is not just the name isn't just for show. He backs it up.
yeah. So you agree?
But
What do you think about that?
mm, I agree with the Chanel versus Polk Chop theory a lot. I feel like again, I do feel like again, we will see Julia in that matchup. I would be more surprised if he doesn't pick Julia.
Mm-hmm.
I do definitely see Chanel making out winners though. Unless Pokechop pulls that upset, which hey, let's go USA.
Yeah.
But Pokechop will definitely, if not winners, will definitely make it out in losers. And then yeah, the Exalted with the lay, because as you can see, he's been making it out of pools consistently recently.
Yeah.
He's especially did it at Combo Breaker. For what I remember, and
So he did end up losing to a relatively unknown. Okay, let me rephrase that. Not unknown, but someone that we did not know about. A Jin player.
mhm.
I think it was Jin or Devil. No, he lost to Correction. He did not lose to any of those characters. He lost to someone that we actually do know. I just can't remember at this time. Um, I want to say Linux.
I think
That's what I want to
Onijin
say.
lost to
Lost to
Linux.
Linux. Um, I
Did he
can't
lose
remember.
to that Noctis player?
I think so as well. If anyone is anyone listening, they could correct me on who Exalted lost to. I mean, I could possibly just look it up, but I am lazy right now, so forgive me for that. But he did end up losing a game that he should have won, I would
Okay.
say. So it really depends on what kind of Exalted that is shows up.
If it's just the Exalted or if it's the Exalted that
Exalted,
shows up.
right?
I agree with that situation because he does swing a little bit. So if he's on the ball that day, he will definitely make it out of pools,
Right.
for sure.
Right. All right. Okay, let's move on to C3, which is a little wild. Now I'm looking at it. We have 725.
Mm-hmm.
We have Knee.
Oh God.
We have Mr. Taxi. Shardell. And that's what I see. So it's not as crazy as I thought it would be. Um, I have definitely Knee getting out in winners.
Yeah, especially after that combo breaker.
Uh-huh.
Show
At
off for sure.
725 in losers, and the queen of mix-ups, Mr. Taxi, in losers.
Yeah, I don't see any other.
I think if Shadell and Taxi run into each other, I think Taxi is going to mix them the fuck up.
He gonna get him into the schmicks hella hard.
He's going to put him in the schmicks.
You're gonna put him in the schmicks. Honestly, I've seen Mr. Taxi play that schmicks. Even I look and I'm like, oh yeah, I would have gotten hit by that like hella hard.
And I do want to
So
add another name to that. Black Moon Rising X. I don't know why I overlooked him. Chloe player from North Carolina. Has the potential to be dark horse. Could take Taxi and Cheryl out. I don't think he could take 725 out, but I could see him getting out in losers as well. So, but my top three stays. I think Knee in winners, Taxi, and 725 in losers.
yeah, I agree. 725. I've definitely been seeing that that those numbers come up a little bit more than usual recently. So he's definitely been putting in the work.
Right. 725 is the he runs I don't want to get this wrong, but I believe it's Kwamba. I do not want to get this wrong. Onijin, please tell me if I got that wrong. But and he doesn't use stick, so it's he runs a stick company, but does not use stick. So that's really funny. But he's super strong, Steve. As far as I know, his movement, from what I've been told, it's the movement that's not there. It's the back ones that are his back one placement, and his down forward one.
Yeah, honestly, if he fixes the back one placement just a tad better, because I have seen him play before. I have seen that Steve play before. If he fixes the back one placement just a little bit, I think he would be doing a little bit more than usual.
Yeah, but I think for this pool, I think that's going to be good enough. I think
it's going to be a crazy ass losers.
Yeah, I think that'll get him out in losers. So
it's going to be a very sick losers to watch for that one, though.
All right, and what do you feel about that? That's how you feel?
Yeah, nah, I agree. I think if not 725, then probably Sherdell. He's coming from Great Britain. You got again, these international players, they don't hold back when they come out to these events.
What I've noticed about Sherdell, he runs Elisa. His big thing I did notice, we played at Summer Jam last year.
Okay.
Was the down 3. He loves down 3. So he's gonna have to mix it up. But it depends. Taxi, sometimes gets caught in the rhythm. He gets caught in the mix-ups. He gets caught in the frenzy. So that's gonna be an interesting match to see if they run into each other.
Yeah, I agree, but again, it's always that international factor because they're spending a lot of money. They're coming here because they want these points. Everyone wants these points. So I feel like again the internationals play harder when they come out here rather than when they come home.
We'll see. Time will tell.
I agree. I most certainly agree, but again, I agree with you. I just feel like that would be my dark horse for the for that pool.
Cool. All right, dope. All right, D1. In D1, some interesting names. First one I see is Joey Fury, and Obscura. So Obscura, posted a tweet on Twitter on a couple of days ago, like, oh, I can deal with internationals, but if you not put Joey Fury in my pool, that would be great. And guess whose pool he is in, or who's in his pool, I should say. It's Joey Fury. With the rest of everyone else in the pool, it's Joey, Obscura, Showmatic, Slick Sinister, Spoodler, Swagmaster, and Yu. Okay.
That's a pool.
So, my top 3 are, and you're not, this is going to be a wild top 3.
Oh, I'm not going to,
I fully think Obscura can beat Joey. 100%.
Ooh.
Obscura is one of those players, he always, like, oh, I'm a decent player. No. This man's been playing for a long time. And don't get it twisted. He's one of the best Elisas in the country. And I think he has the ability to beat any player in this country. And I stand by that statement. With that being said, I think I have him in winners.
In winners?
I have him beating Joey. I have Joey in losers. And I have Spoodler in losers.
That
is my 3 out of the pool. I think Yu is going to run into Obscura, Joey, get handled. And I think she's going to then run into Spoodler, and Spoodler is going to surprise the crap out of her. Because there's a strong Ling in Canada. Very strong Ling in Canada. And I think Spoodler, after his amazing performance at Electric Clash, I think he's going to come through.
I'm not so sure about that one.
That is my. I looked at the pool earlier today and I said, okay.
Because again, all right. So here's how this is how I think. Because why? Because here's the thing. Unless he is really trying to play mind games early, which, it's the FGC and it's Tech and FGC. This is what we do. But if Obscure was just like, listen, don't put Joey Fury into my pool, there's got to be a reason for it. Whether it's because he's scared or if there's nerves, I don't know. Or maybe he's just trolling. Who knows? Who knows? But if that's the case, I feel like it's odd for you to post something about that and then have it happen. And then now he's probably looking at it like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said something now. So I feel like nerves might get Obscure if that's the reason why. Unless for a reason he might be playing mind games already.
The only thing I notice about Obscure is that hip motion sometimes might get to him. Nerves I don't think get to him. He's a very polished player. He's been in the community for a long time. He's been doing this for a long time. So I don't think nerves are going to be a factor.
I don't know. I still kind of see Joey Fury on top for that one.
Okay.
I feel like he's hungry.
Okay.
He's not on the board yet. Well, I mean, he is on the board, but not like high enough to like the point of where he would be a threat.
Right.
I think at this moment, if he's coming at the CEO, he is hungry. He wants these points.
Right.
He's just like, all right, you know what? Enough is enough. Time for me to get off the couch and get out of these like little dojo events and like actually start to make my way onto this leaderboard. And I think he might just be hungry for these points. So I'm going to say that because of the hunger, he's going to make it out in winners.
Okay. The other two?
The other two would definitely be Obscure. And I don't know about you. Maybe. Possibly.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
No shade. I don't see it.
She's been falling off recently. She hasn't. I don't know what's been going on, but she has been falling off recently. So I don't know.
I think Spoodler is hungry. I think he's hungry. I think he wants to get out of his pool. A very strong showing at Electric Clash. I think he's hungry.
If you know what, if he's hungry, then it would pretty much come down to who wants it more between him and Joey Fury, if anything, to get out of this pool. Obscure definitely going to make it out no matter what, though. Yeah, so I agree. If Spoodler can make it out as well, that would be fantastic. Yeah. But again, we haven't really heard much from Yu, so
I'm excited to see that pool.
I agree. That's going to be a hell of a good pool.
Yeah.
I just think again, it's scary it's always scary to see the Japanese players show up into your pool. And it's also scary to see big names like Yu and whoever else show up into these pools.
I think the players I mentioned have a very strong handle on the Link matchup.
I think so too.
I don't think Joey and Obscure are going to be phased by the Link matchup. I think they know it inside out. And I think, not saying Yu's a terrible player. Obviously, she's very notable. She's done amazing things.
Yes.
I just think that Joey and Obscure are going to be ready for that.
She hasn't. The thing is, like, she hasn't done anything crazy recently. She's done a lot, like, in season 1 of the Tekken World Tour, but she hasn't really shown up in season 2 yet. Right. So would I say that she's due? Maybe. Would I say, would this be the tournament that she does it in?
Probably
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's move on. D2, we have Aura, and I think that's Aura Protector. Raven player.
Okay.
We have
very few of those.
In It to Win It. Eliza player from Atlanta. We have Jianding. We have Little Majin. We have Oath, another Eddie player, I believe
Oath.
still Eddie player from Georgia. And we have Silence, the Nita player from the Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely have Jianding and Little Majin having their. I don't know if it was a run back. Is it a run back? It is a run back from CEO.
It is a
Wow,
run
from
back from
last year.
CEO last year.
Okay,
Yes. No,
so
wait. Is
because
it?
Jianding won
Oh
CEO
yes,
last year.
Jian Ding because Majin beat JDCR to get to that point.
Right. Yeah, so I believe it's a run back. So I foresee them having their run back in winners finals. This
That's a hard one to pick, especially since especially since Little Majin just
lost to
lost to
Spiro.
Spiro, who is America's like top Eddie.
Yeah.
So I think, because I know Little Majin, I've seen his streams. This man is a lab monster. I feel like he went home after that loss, after he took that L, and he
Mm-hmm.
was like, you know what? Fuck Eddie. I'm going to break this
Mm-hmm.
man down.
Yeah.
I think he's going to figure out the King matchup for Eddie.
Okay.
And I think he's going to be ready for
Okay.
the Yanding matchup.
Okay. So that's a toss up between either or, winners, losers. I think both of them will get out. It's just a matter of that third person getting out. Um, so my toss up between these two now is Silence and In It to Win It. In It to Win It, very strong Eliza player. And Silence is the strong Nina player. There are things from both of them, opportunities, but both of them are performing at kind of like the same level.
I agree. It's gonna be a hard one to pick. This is honestly a toss up between both winners and both losers.
I'm gonna give it to Silence because of the experience.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Silence because of the experience. Solely from that, In It to Win It, I believe, has not entered a lot of tournaments. The last tournament I saw him at was final round. So I'm gonna give it to Silence. So my top three are gonna be Jianding, Little Majin, not in any order, and Silence, throw in losers.
Okay. Personally, on my personal opinion, I'm gonna call this right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Little Majin winners.
Okay.
And the reason why is because, again, I think he's going to go back and he's going to lab that matchup. He's going to lab that Eddie matchup, and he's going to figure out what he needed to figure out, that he should have figured out against Spiro,
Right.
and apply it to the Jianding matchup.
Okay.
So I think he's going to win that, and redeem himself from last year, because again, that also plays a factor.
Okay.
So I think he's going to come out winners, Jianding and losers,
Mm-hmm.
and then Silence also comes out in losers, because again, he's been showing up to a lot of these a lot of events recently. So I think because of that tournament experience that he's been going through in the season 2 era,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna make it out because of that. Unless one of these other names give a upset run, I think he would be the one to make it out.
Okay. Cool. All right. Next up, D3. First up, I see is Double. I see Double, Law Player. Next up, I see Hot Boy Rob.
Junior.
I see Junior. I see QSF. And I see Will Get Paid. Steve Player.
Another rough pool.
I have Double making out of the winners.
Mm-hmm.
This is rough. This is a hard one. Because I've seen Junior fall to other players. He's had not a strong year, but then again, last year he showed out at the end of the year.
Prometheus is in this pool too.
Who's Prometheus?
I've seen him play before. I've actually seen him play a few times before. I forget what character he plays, but I know I've seen the name a few times.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how well he does though in Tekken. I know I've just seen that name before.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so I think Double Junior and I want to say we'll get paid.
Ooh, over QSF.
Right, yes.
Right,
I'm gonna stick by that.
You're gonna stick by that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect it. I respect it.
QSF, so that's a three-way toss-up between QSF, will get paid, and Hot Boy Rob. But I think depends how strong QSF is in the Steve matchup. Hot Boy Rob's a strong player as well. If he will, is he gonna bring out the cat? Is he gonna bring out the Jack? So that's gonna be interesting to see. But I think I want to say we'll get paid. It's gonna take that and get out in losers. I think Junior's gonna get out in losers, and I think Double's gonna get out in winners. And once again, this is solely like depending on the pool placement. So the pool placement could mess all of this up.
Oh yeah, for sure. But really it really all depends on who wants it more, really. On top of that. But if we're really talking about it, I do think Double would want this. Is really hungry for it. Because again, he's not on that list yet. I don't think he's on the list yet either. So he wants that. Other than that, Junior is definitely like trying to match the brother. He really wants to try and match the Shadow 20Z just as much as they both really want it together. So Junior 20Z, I definitely see making it out. And then I don't know. I want to say it is a toss-up between QSF and Will Get Paid, but I want to say QSF makes it out.
Okay. So those are your three?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with it.
All right. Cool. All right. Next up is E1. So we have our next set of pools. 8 p.m. Friday. Oh, Lord.
God damn. Wow.
Good luck to these players. In this pool, we have Jace, Claudio player.
Yes.
Cody. We have Shadow.
Oh.
And we have Nina. So this pool isn't as unless there's other names that I don't recognize. This pool isn't as crazy as some of the other pools might be. But then again, there could be some hidden killers in here that we just don't know about.
I agree.
But with that knowledge I have Shadow and winners. Cody.
Purin?
I don't know who that is. So Shadow and winners. I have Cody and Jason losers.
Jason losers. Okay. Not Cody?
Cody, yeah. Cody and losers as well.
Cody and losers as well. Yeah.
He's been a bit strong. He's a very strong player.
Shadow has been on a tear recently, especially after Combo Breaker. Again, I'm kind of going off of that because it was the most recent major that I've been to and the one that I've seen. Yeah. I think he's definitely going to make it out in winners, without a doubt.
Okay.
Jason Cody, I definitely see them making it out in losers. Unless, again, there might be hidden killers. We never know.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely see Cody making it out. His Kazuya has been fantastic recently. Don't know why his electrics are on point.
My man is an electric machine. I don't know.
I am not the only. I'm glad I'm not the only one that like notices that. But this man has hit like electrics when they should not have hit. And
it's like he's like just farting electrics. There's electric.
Really, he does. He just.
There's electric. Here's electric.
He's like, you're gonna get hit by one of these. I just know you are.
You are gonna get hit by one of these. I guarantee you.
I'm like, damn, okay.
Um,
Let's go then. But yeah, no, I agree with you on that one 110%. Shadow 20Z makes it out in winners unless Cody goes ham with these electrics and catches Shadow. But Shadow's been on a tear recently, so I don't think he's gonna dethrone
okay.
the Claudio King.
All right. Cool. All right. Let's move on to E2. Wild looking pool already. Now that I'm looking at it. So Enoch, unless it's the right Enoch that I'm thinking of, the Harong player. So Enoch, I have Mr. Flubs if he is going.
I hope he goes.
Yeah. In Veins, King Ray Jr., Rang Chu.
Ugh.
So I have Rang Chu make it on the winners. I think that's a given.
I agree.
I think the
TWL.
fundamentals, the TWT, the current
TWT,
champion,
wow.
TWT current champion. I think the fundamentals, and I think the unfamiliarity with Panda Kuma is going to show through, and I think he's going to come through on top.
I agree.
Um,
No one's looking for this matchup, especially in this pool. I don't see anyone who's been like, oh yeah, I've been practicing
right,
bears.
yeah, right. So this is a little wild. The four of these players: King Ray Jr., In Veins, Flubs, and Enoch.
I think it's the again. It's really the toss up between if Flubs goes. If he goes, I really want to say he has a guaranteed spot in losers.
And he has the geese knowledge.
Oh no, he most certainly has that.
The geese knowledge. So Veins might have to go to another character. He has a DJ.
He does have a DJ.
And Veins has a Devil Jin. So,
but I do think like Flubs. Not only is he fantastic, at school, and he does an excellent job at that. He is also a fantastic learner when it comes down to Tekken as well.
It's a lab monster.
He is a lab monster. I feel like I swear to God, he definitely like does Tekken as he labs Tekken as much as he does homework.
Right. And I think Enoch, Flubs, and Veins I played all three of them, and their Oscar knowledge is phenomenal, and it should be. So I don't think King Ray is gonna take it over them unless he surprises and brings out something spectacular. I just don't think he's at that level yet of the other three players.
I agree, but again, the thing is like you really have to factor in some of these people, like King Ray's momentum.
So he is young.
He is.
And he does let his emotions get to him because he is a young player. Although he's been in the game for a minute, he is still a young person. He is a young player.
I agree. 110%.
And like I said, I think the experience and knowledge and the characters that the three of them play, Enoch, Flubs, and In Veins, Geese, Eliza, and Harong, I think might overwhelm him.
Okay.
If he runs into any of the three of them.
I agree. But again, that could also work in his favor because of the combo breaker out of the pools win. He could just take that momentum still. Again, like combo breaker was only last month.
It was.
So there's a rise. There's still like he could still make it out of pools. You don't know.
He has to play out of his mind.
He has to play. He would have to play. He has to
play out super solid. He has to play out of his mind. Because Enoch, Flubs, and In Veins are not gonna let him get away with anything.
Flubs most certainly not. If Flubs goes, most certainly like 110%. Flubs will.
In Veins almost beat
Flubs is going to lose to rank 2, if anything. I think that would be how it goes. If Flubs was to go, he would lose to rank 2.
Right.
That's how I see that happening. He loses to rank 2, gets out of lose to rank 2, gets out in pools, gets out in loser side. That's how I see that happening. So that's how I see him getting out. The other three is maybe I really don't. Honestly, it's hard. I want to bet money on King Ray like making it out because of that combo breaker win.
Right.
If anything, I would keep him as a dark horse. At this rate, because again, I mean, he just went out, and that was a decently hard pool too. It wasn't like it was an easy one either.
Right.
That he made it out of. But again, it's a hard toss up between those three. However, I do think In Veins wants this, so I think he might make it out. I think he has a better chance to make it out.
Okay, that's your 3?
That would be my 3.
Okay. My 3 is definitely Rank 2 and Winners. And I have Flubs if he goes. Flubs and In Veins. If not Flubs and In Veins, then Enoch and In Veins.
If Flubs doesn't go.
Flubs does not go.
I would agree with that.
I just don't think the Oscar knowledge is going to be very prevalent in the 3 of them. I fought all 3 of them. And then they showcase very extensive Oscar knowledge. Flub should know Oscar like the back of his ass. So
I agree.
He's
if
definitely
Flubs doesn't know Oscar, I would be upset.
He's definitely messed up my Oscar on numerous occasions. So yeah.
Because Eliza.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? But those are my 3.
All right.
And
I agree.
Last but not least, we have the last set of pools, the Saturday pools, G1, G2, and G3. We'll start with G1. We have Fish Sauce. We have Gil Game.
Gil Game.
We have Jimmy J Tran.
Oh God.
We have Whoopi, Tetsujin, and Shola. I think my top 3 are definitely going to be Jimmy J Tran.
Agreed.
I don't think there's anybody in the pool. Maybe
that
Whoopi.
Is ready.
I think Whoopi would be the closest. He plays Brian, but the level that Jimmy brings to Brian is on. It's just out of this world. So I have Jimmy in winners. I have then Whoopi, and Fish Sauce in losers.
Yeah, no. There's not much to argue with this one. Jimmy J Tran is absolutely just. Not only is he a Brian loyalist, but he is the Brian to beat.
The Brian.
He's the one who's like, yeah, put Brian on the map. What of it? So there's not much to argue here. Mr. Whoopi definitely, if he doesn't lose to Jimmy J Tran to get out in losers, I would be upset, and it would be a shocker.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I would agree with Fish Sauce as well, making it out.
I would say if Fish Sauce were to lose to anyone, it could be Gil Game. Gil Game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't think Tetsujin would make it out?
Who does he play against, Tetsujin?
I
forget.
I thought he was playing. I thought he was a Geese player. No, I thought it was another Geese.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm a little unsure. I am a little unsure. I do want to say, if there's were someone to beat Fish Sauce, if not Whoopi and Jimmy, I think it's gonna be Gil Game. Let me see.
Let me look here, because I know for a fact that he has placed in a few tournaments recently. Okay, maybe not. No, there's a different stuff. Never mind. I was looking to see if I could find him on YouTube to see what he plays, but I guess not. But I know I've seen his name before. I think he plays Geese. I want to say he plays Geese. I want to put money that he plays Geese. I might be wrong.
You're probably right.
I just have a feeling, but
you can't search for players.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that would be.
I was looking.
Namco, that's a nifty little feature that you should have on the website. Is searching for players. So let's make it happen. Y'all have too much money to let us not look for players.
I agree. Actually,
But thank you for everything you've done so far.
but thank you for everything else. I appreciate
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find him. Maybe on Smash.gg, but that would be about it.
Okay. All right. Well, those are my three. So it's
Um,
not going to change regardless of
no,
what you
I
find.
don't really. I don't think anyone else would be able to handle the Brian matchup that is JBJ Tran.
Right. Cool.
So,
All
agreed.
right. All right. Let's move on. G2. We have Filipino Man.
Mm,
Equinox's Filipino Man. We have Mason. Axel's Mason. We have PAG's running back Eddie. Panda Global Speed Kicks. Tom Savage Oscar player.
oof.
Trizzy the Rapper, NASA 8, Trizzy the Rapper,
And
and
Trungy.
Trungy. Now, I didn't see Trungy in this pool, so I'm a little messed up now.
Who the hell is Kawaii Muscle?
Do not know. I do not know that person.
I don't know that
However,
either.
with that being said, I have Trungy making out in winners. B-Kicks making out in losers. Mason making out in losers. That's who I have.
Really?
Yes. I think Trungy is going to be prepared for the wrong matchup. I don't know if Speed Kicks with all the stuff that he's been putting on Twitter, is ready for Geese. I believe, I don't know if they fought at final round. Oh, Speed Kicks didn't go to final round, correct?
Speed Kicks.
Did he complain about the late registration thing going
I
on?
He did complain about late registration. I don't
He
think
did go. Like, hold up, wait,
No, wait,
Maurice,
he
think about.
did go. I thought he was there. I thought he brought out the. Didn't he bring out a yellow pad or something about on stage?
I
That I
don't
remember.
know.
I
So,
could have
but yeah,
sworn.
I have Chungy making out a winners, Speed Kicks and losers, Amazing and losers.
While we're talking about that, let me double check because I do have it up. I do have Smash.gg up, so let me just double check before I make my decision because I don't want to. I know he
Sounds stupid.
definitely. Yeah, I don't want to sound stupid and be just like,
Stupid.
well, Speed Kicks wasn't there, and
He was
he's
there,
like, I
bro.
was totally here. No, he was not here actually because he did not make top 48, which would have been really odd for him to not make top 48. Um, yeah, so he must have complained about the late registration and was not there. Other than that, hmm, I I agree. I want to say I agree to a point. Speed Kicks would not be ready for that matchup. Speed Kicks would probably lose to Geese. As much as I want to say he won't, because again, Speed Kicks is a lab monster.
Yeah.
He's like the epitome of lab monster. Like all
Right.
I see him post on Twitter is just lab shit.
Right.
So if anything, that would be the only reason on why I would say he would be ready for that. But I don't think he's been practicing a lot of Geese matchups unless he was just like, well, he's now minus 12 on back three, so let me actually like see what I can do with Harong. I don't know.
Right.
But if Trungy, I feel like again, if Trungy throws out shit that Speed Kicks knows, he's not going to let him get away with anything.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Speed Kicks is tight like that. He's just like,
Right.
I'm not going to let you get away with anything at all. And he's also really good with Horang Schmicks.
Right.
So
Uh.
if
Well, I believe they fought at not final round, combo breaker, didn't they?
did they fight at
Let's see. I
Combo Break?
believe right before top 24 they fought.
Well, it's a good thing I have it up. Let me double
Let's
check.
see.
Let me double check.
Phase 2. K1. Top 24 losers. Okay, they did not want to play. I remember it was a tournament they played.
It's best that you should be able to search for players.
Oh man, I wish I could.
It would be dope if you were able to do that. Really try. I mean, as much as I want to say Speed Kicks would be ready for that matchup, because I also think at the same time he's hungry for these points.
Yeah.
But so is Trunky. So you can't even be just like, well, you can't toss him away and be just like,
So I believe it was Miguel versus Geese. And
right.
Speed Kick was running Sav down forward too, and Trunky wasn't doing anything about it. I remember that much. What tournament that was?
What tournament that was, I don't know.
I can't really remember. Unfortunately,
he lost to Spoodler, actually, at the Tekken 7 World Tour 2008 at the Electric Clash.
Yes, that's why I say Spoodler is a big issue.
I agree. Okay, good to know. But other than that, if Trungy throws out dumb shit and Speed Kicks catches it, I would place Speed Kicks in winners. Between Speed Kicks and Trunky, it really comes down to who wants it more. So I see both of them getting out. However, I don't see neither one of them not making it out of this pool.
Right.
Sorry, running back Eddie. I love you, man, but I don't think
he's not at that level yet.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think
there's the big boys are in this pool, so
I agree.
And I think Mason's very, very unorthodox Yoshi play is gonna catch everyone else off guard, so I think that's gonna allow him to get out in losers.
I agree. Also, the combo breaker mojo is no coast, no kings. So therefore, anyone and everyone is a target. Okay. So this is CEO. This isn't combo breaker. So there's no. I don't know. I mean, there has been some upsets at this place, but not many. And if anything, they've been usually done by big name players. So combo breaker I see is for everyone, whereas CEO is more meant for the top dogs. So sorry, run it back, but I don't think you're gonna make it out of this one. So I go Mason, and then Speed Kicks, and then a tie, a battle between Speed Kicks and Trunky.
All right. And our last pool for the day, save the best for last, because this pool is not as crazy as the other pools, but is an interesting match that I want to see, and I hope it happens. We have Kokokuma, Mac, Mr. 96 ATL, and Squall and Strider. Squall, Leo player he's from Broken Alliance. Strider sounds familiar name as well. I just forget though. So forgive me for that.
Might be because Stride.
Yeah, right. So I have Kokokuma making out of the winners. I think the Kazumi, Mac has a handle on Kazumi. He also has expressed his hatred for Kazumi. He thinks Kazumi's like very strong. I think in the right hands, she's a huge threat. And of course, the hands that she's going to be in that weekend is going to be the winner of the last Master event.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
I think Kokokuma is going to make it out in winners, Mac in losers, and Squall in losers. I think Squall is going to, if him and Mr. 96 ATL run into each other, I think Squall got that.
Well, yeah, no, especially, there's, again, not much to talk about this one.
Geese versus Leo. And then with Kakuma and Mac, it will be Kazumi versus Bob, I
Bob.
want to say.
I would think Bob.
Yeah.
But,
I don't think Mac wants to fight Kazumi with Jack.
I don't think Mac wants to fight Kakoma in general because it's Mama Mishima expertise right there. Plus, on top of that, not only are you fighting Kakoma, who is a solid Kazumi in general, he is also coming off of that Super Saiyan buff win that he just got.
Right.
So that momentum, this man is going to be glowing like a Christmas tree throughout CEO. I swear to God. So anyone who faces this man, run. Just if you get bodied 2-zip, yeah. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know I don't know what you expected.
Right.
So honestly, I think if Mac somehow pulls out a ridiculous upset,
and he can.
I agree. I've seen him
and
play.
He definitely has the potential to do so.
He certainly can pull that upset, but do I think he's going to do it against Super Saiyan Kakoma? I don't think so.
All right. Well, man, with that, CEO is going to be a wild tournament. And I'm really excited to watch it. Although I'm not excited to not be there, but there's always next year. But it's going to be wild, and I can't wait to see what happens, see if our predictions fan out. And I wonder what you guys think. I wonder if you guys have the same predictions that we do. So if you want to talk about it, definitely let's talk about it. This is something I really need to get out the way because I was just at work looking at these pools, and I'm like, ooh my. What is going on here?
I agree, though, especially after looking in depth about some of these pools. These are some pretty stacked pools. Some of them not so much as others, but the ones that we sat there were like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
So,
yeah, these are certainly. The CEO is going to be literally a fantastic tournament to watch from start to finish.
Yes.
And if you aren't glued to any computer screen, your phone, anything that you have that can play Twitch, I don't know what you're doing, man. Especially for that weekend.
Yes.
Unless you're not there.
Unless you're like me working all weekend.
I agree, but find time.
Right, I'm just going on my break and be like, listen, I gotta watch something real quick.
I'm gonna take an extended lunch today.
Sorry, guys. So yeah, well, let's see if you have anything to add, Nick. Thank you so much for joining me. In this conversation.
Other than what we talked about, and NLBC happening in a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Do wish me luck. Other than that, everyone who is listening, I will see you there if you are going. And if not, I hope you all have an excellent day. And thank you for having me, Dancer.
No problem. So like I said, I want to do this more often, so you'll probably hear this more often. If you guys have any feedback or anything you'd like to add, any comments, concerns, please let me know. And my next event, I don't know because I'll be working all this time. I think for me, it's going to be Defend the North in New York City, which is a dojo event. I want some points. I'm hungry. Yum, yum, yum. I want to eat them all. So I will be back to eating bitches at Defend the North. If anything comes up sooner, I'm hoping to try to do strong style, but that is looking like 100% no. So I wanted to do strong style, but I don't think strong style is gonna be in the stars for me. If not, then it's Defend the North in the middle of July.
Actually,
for me,
Defend the North would be my next one.
Yes.
And then after, like, the next quote-unquote major tournament, and then the next one after that would be the big one. Evo.
The big one.
Evo.
Evo and those pools, Evo's pools. We're gonna have a lengthy discussion about Evo's pools when those release.
Mm.
And that's only a month away, and that's really kind of scary to think about. I'm
It's
a little overwhelmed. I get the butterflies in my tum tum every time I think about it.
I agree. And the craziest thing is usually Defend the North is after Evo, but this time it's before.
Before,
So now I'm like, ooh, I get
right,
I'm like it's two tournaments literally back to back.
right.
I don't know when you're going and I don't know when you're gonna go to Vegas for Evo, but I'm going decently early, like a couple days before the tournament starts.
I'll be there Thursday. I'm gonna change my plans to try to get there Wednesday.
Mm,
Because one, I want to do Wednesday night fights.
okay.
And they'll do it probably right in the esports arena, right next to the what's that hotel? I forget the hotel that's right in front of the
Luxor?
Luxor.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's actually where I'm staying.
I'll be staying with you. No. It's right in front of it. So I'm gonna try to get there. So I last year I landed in Vegas. I think at like 10 o'clock, so I didn't go.
So,
Uh,
well, the funniest thing is like I didn't even realize until you said that. I'm actually getting there on Tuesday, the 30th.
wow, must be nice.
Yeah, well, I'm also going with a group of people. So they were
Must
like,
be
"Well, we want to
nice.
go see Vegas because it's their first time going." So I'm like, "Ah." So they're like, "Well, we're gonna hit on the 30th," and I'm like, "Okay, that's a little crazy, but you do you." And so I'm coming with them, and then if we're all doing Wednesday night fights on the 31st, then I will hella be there
Right. Yeah, I want to
because
go to Wednesday night fights.
I'm gonna need that
Right.
experience.
And there'll be other tournaments that will lead up into Evil, I'm sure. So
Hmm.
that's gonna be a really good weekend. I'm probably gonna be running a drive for that. Because the coin between work and all this other stuff going on, I'm gonna need some assistance with the coin.
Mm.
So I'm most likely be running a donation drive leading into Evo. I'll talk more about that. I'll talk more about that on my Twitter or something like that. So, other than that, thank you so much, Nick. Good luck today at Next Level.
Thank
I will
you.
be watching. Um,
Yeah, hopefully I get on stream.
yeah, I got to
Uh,
tell Spooky.
yeah, I gotta tell Spooky to let me in. Let
Yeah,
me on the stream.
let me.
But other than
Please,
that,
Lord Spooky. Yes, Spooky will be streaming Next Level at twitch.tv/Team Spooky. Of course, if you don't know that, get your life together. Um,
he is the main man for pretty much
right,
all of
yes.
NYC.
Yeah. Anything,
NYC,
FGC,
anything.
anything. He's the father.
He
He is
is the godfather of FGC
he is father.
streaming.
He is father. I can't call him mother, but he's father.
But Dancer, again, thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for joining me. And good luck, I said once again tomorrow. And good thanks to everyone who's listening. Like I said, if you have anything to add to any feedback, let me know. But I'm excited to do the next one, which hopefully be about a week. It'll be about a recap of what happened this week. Until then, guys, get your life, and I'll see you next time. Bye.